Hello, and welcome to a new Kingdom Hearts 3 modding tutorial. Specifically, I am going to be giving a tutorial on how to make a GeoGuessr mod for my own GeoGuessr mod that I made. Now, if you missed last year, I did a video where we played GeoGuessr inside Kingdom Hearts 3 with a bunch of my friends. I have now made a tool that makes it really easy to make your own without having to download Unreal Engine 4, which was the biggest hassle previously. So, there's a couple things that you will need. All will be in the description. Shut up, Sora. You will need a tool called UModel, which lets you look in KH3's files, as well as a couple mods that I included. One of them, I will have the link in the description, is the KH3 mod loader mod. When you're in game, go ahead and press F1. This little menu will pop up at the top, and then type in command line, one word, capital C, capital L, because another mod you need is the command line mod menu. So once you have both of those installed and put command line here, press F2, you will see a little command line. We'll get back to that later, but just make sure that this pops up when you press F2 and closes when you press it again. Another thing you will need is a mod that I made that lets you pop up the coordinates on screen. Once again, with mod loader, F1, enter in COORDS, coords. And then with that on, when you press F7, your world coordinates will appear on screen. So this is what we need to make a custom GeoGuessr spot. So just for the sake of ease, hello Gigapence, I'm going to go somewhere in Twilight Town. Let's just say, for example, I don't know, let's go right here by the bistro. We'll go, say, right here by this window. So what I would do is I would stand here, I would get where I want to have the screenshot, I would take the screenshot, so Windows Shift S, take the screenshot, boom, boom, boom. I'd save that somewhere because the way the GeoGuessr game works, at least the way that I did it, you save a screenshot, make zoomed in versions of it, etc. And then while I am standing in the same spot, I press F7 to bring up my coordinates. I would then, once again, take a screenshot of these coordinates for me to use later. I'll just leave that to the side and pick it up later. But then we need to figure out what map we are in specifically so we can detect when we are in that map so it doesn't spawn the spot in a different map. So obviously we are in Twilight Town, the neighborhood. Best way to find that out is with the command line mod menu. So you press F2. Type in print maps, one word, or print underscore maps, either way works. And then you can see another window pops up. You can use your mouse to move it around, and then if you put your mouse in the bottom right corner, you can make it bigger. So you will see that most of these maps are called TT_01, and then something else. You can realistically pick any of these TT01 maps. I believe it should work with pretty much any of them as long as it is one of the TT01 ones. I like personally to go with the _ENV. That's stuff like the skybox and lighting, because I know that's always loaded. Even if one isn't fully loaded, it should still technically work, but again, I like going with the ENV just because that makes sure it's always loaded. So that's the map you're going to want to look for when you open UModel. So I am going to quickly open my UModel folder. I'm going to include this in the description. Excuse that it showed my desktop. Go to UModel and boop, 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 go to UModel and then scroll down. You won't have this many folders, but there's going to be a folder called umodel.cfg. You're going to edit that with either Notepad or Notepad++, whichever you have. It takes a while for Notepad++ to load for me because I have a lot of things open when I really shouldn't, but oh well. Give it just a second. Alright, then you're going to go down in this section under Kingdom Hearts 3. There's a section called Path. you're going to set this file path to where you have Kingdom Hearts 3 installed, your packs folder. So this is the folder where you made your tilde mods folder where you install mods. So set that to that, and then you can save and close this. Then you open UModel 64, click Use KH3 Path, OK. Give it a second, it will open Kingdom Hearts 3's files. And what you're going to do is on the top left, click Flat View. Under Filter, type in that whichever map you had popped up in KH3 that ends in ENV, or whichever map you picked. Again, in my case, I'm doing ENV, so TT01 ENV. I am going to type that into UModel, TT_01_ENV. You might see one that has build data. Do not do the build data one, just do the ENV. Right-click it, copy path. Then you are going to want to go to my where did I put this? Hang on just a second. To I guess I put it. I guess I went out of the folder. So let me go to it really quick. EFG GeoGuessr. In the description, I am also going to include a download for my GeoGuessr editor program that I made. You're going to open it. You may get a pop-up that says, oh, this is a virus, do you want to run it, or don't run it, or whatever. Click, if that happens, click, there's like a more info underlined, click that, then click run anyway. I promise you this is not a virus. That's just how Windows detects programs that it doesn't really recognize. But you will get this little window. New asset name, this is what you're going to want to call your GeoGuessr spot. So for example, in my GeoGuessr mod that I did the video on, I named them GGR1234, etc. For GeoGuessr round 1, GeoGuessr round 2, etc. You can call this whatever you want. For the sake of this video, I'm going to call this GeoGuessr spot 1. So this is going to be the full map path that for your GeoGuessr spot. This is what we just copied from UModel. So your TT01 ENV, copy package path. You're going to paste that into here. Then your spawn coordinates. That is, as we did earlier, we took a screenshot of the coordinates. So now you can round these. It doesn't need to be super precise. You can if you want, but one digit in KH3 is a very, very short amount of distance, so rounding it will not make all that much of a difference. So I'm going to do negative 1252, 4351, oh, not 4341, 4351, and then 432. And then you want to select an output folder. This is a folder that you're going to want to put your mod in, or whatever you want these new files to generate. Then click Browse. I already have an output folder, so I'm just going to put it here. And then click Generate Edited Files. Give it a second. It should say Success Files Created. Then you go to your output folder. It will have created a GeoGuessr spots folder, and then Kingdom Hearts 3, content, custom content, and then you'll see I have all of these custom spots in here that I've done. I'm just going to delete these ones because I don't need them anymore. And for the sake of this was the one we just created. So basically now you are ready to make the mod, basically. If you want, you can continue to create more spots. Just change the new asset name, change the map that you're in, change the spawn coordinates, and change the output folder. So let's go ahead and make a second one just to give another example. I'm going to close this print maps window and close command line. And let's go to a different map. Alright, so for example, I have gone to Port Royal for another one, and let's just go, for example, right here, let's say, next to this guy. Again, I'd stand here, I'd take my screenshot, whatever. I'm going to press F7 to bring up the coordinates, And then screenshot those. And then I'm going to open a command line with F2. And remember, coordinates is F7, but F2 for command line. Do print maps. Move this window and resize it. You'll see the repeating one here is CA01. Gonna find which one is the ENV. Most of the time it's just going to be the world code, the map number, and then ENV. Sometimes it might be a little bit different, and again, you can probably use any of the CA01 maps. I just prefer to use the ENV just to make sure it's always loaded, just in case anything were to mess up if a particular area is not loaded properly. Alright, so once again, CA01 ENV. I'm going to Alt-Tab and go to my U model, and in this case I'm going to change TT to CA. Again, there's a bunch. You can just find the exact one. In this case, this is a holo. If it's under holo DLC, that is specifically for data greeting, so you don't want to use that one. But this one is in Maps.ka UMap. Going to copy package path again. Go back to my GeoGuessr's program. I'm going to name this one Spot 2. And then paste the new map. And then get the coordinates once again.
I suppose I'll load this up next.
Right, so this one, the numbers are a little bit bigger, which is fine. Just take a second longer to type. So 17413, again rounding. Negative 15170. And 127. I'm not going to change the output folder because I don't need to. I'm going to generate edited files again. Give it a second. Obviously, this won't change, but you can double check that. If you haven't closed and reopened the program, this won't change. But I can go ahead and check in here. There it is. And I've now made 2 spots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the output folder, to where I see GeoGuessr spots. And then another program that I'm going to have you install is Unreal Pack, which I will go to right now.
You don't want to pick a fight with the pirates. Trust me, mate.
PQS tutorial files. Yeah, Unreal Pack. Now, what you want to do is just take this folder, drag it onto Unreal Pack with compression. Give it a second, let it do its thing, and it'll make a pack file. I have it set up so where I can right-click, send to Unreal Pack compression. If you plan on modding a lot and you want to do that to make it a little bit easier, you can look at my weapons tutorial. I go over how to make that in my weapons tutorial. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and close Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm going to copy the GeoGuessr spots, and then I'm going to go to my mods folder and put this in there. I already have one in, but I'm going to replace it. And I'm going to relaunch Kingdom Hearts 3. Alright, now we are back in here. Now once you're in game, one thing that's very important with these GeoGuessr spots is they need to be loaded with the mod loader. And they need to be loaded individually because of the way I set them up, just to ensure, the reason I set it up this way is to ensure that somebody can't accidentally find a spot if you're not doing that round. So for example, right now, I'm in the Caribbean and I want to test that spot, so I'm going to press F1. And I'm going to enter in the name that I put in to the GeoGuessr program. So in this case, it is the Caribbean one is GeoGuessr Spot 2. If you scroll down to the bottom of your mod loader, you will see it is now in there. I'm going to close mod loader, and now it should properly be in the right place over here. And bada boom, bada boom, it's right there. And we'll go test the Twilight Town one too. Give me just a second. Alright, we're now back in Twilight Town. I'm going to quickly go into my mod loader and change I'm going to turn off GeoGuessr Spot 2, even though I technically don't need to. If you're playing with friends, I would recommend having them turn off the spot you're not looking for, again, just so they don't find it accidentally. And then put in the other one that I made, GeoGuessr Spot 1. As you can see, now it's in my mod loader, F1. And now if I go ahead and walk over to that spot here in Twilight Town, there it is. And yeah, that's how it works. So you can do this as many times as you want. Previously, you would have had to download Unreal Engine 4, but now I've made this little tool so you can do it without having to touch Unreal Engine at all, and that makes it a lot easier. All you need is a couple of mods and a couple of small external tools just to find out everything you need to know and to actually build the mod itself. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.